Alright, head over to the TradingView website and search for the SSL Hybrid Advanced Indicator in the Indicator section. When you add that indicator to your chart, it'll make the chart look a little cutter at first. No worries though, just go into the indicator settings like I do and disable any options you don't need. Next, head over to the input section and uncheck the Show Strength Table box. Show Bollinger Squeeze, Show Quick Mod, QQE Signal Background, Show Low ADX as Background, Show ADX as Candles, and Show SSL Baseline. Now change the exit length to 45. And uncheck Show Super Trend Color, then turn on the Super Trend. Then change the Super Trend ATR to 6 and Super Trend Length to 45. Now scroll up a bit and change the exit length to McGinley. Now we're done optimizing the SSL Hybrid Advanced Indicator. So let's see what this indicator will give us when getting into a trade. First, this indicator can show us the short-term momentum of the market based on its line and where the candles are relative to it. For example, if the candles form above the indicator line and the line turns green, that means there's an upward short-term momentum in the market. And in contrast, if the candles form below the line and the line turns red, that will indicate downward short-term momentum. As you can see, the SSL Hybrid Advanced Indicator also produces signals. So you can enter a long trade when there's a buy signal from the indicator and there's an upward momentum in the market. And also when the indicator gives a sell signal along with the red line showing downward momentum, that's when you want to take a short position. Alright, so by entering trades this way, we can avoid trading against the short-term trend to some extent. For instance, in this case, a buy signal has come true, but since the candles are below the SSL line, there's actually a downward push, so the signal is easily passed out. Keep in mind, this is a really powerful free indicator that gives you tons of ways to build a profitable strategy, even though in this strategy we're only using one or two of its features. So if you want me to create more profitable strategies using other features of this indicator, definitely leave me a comment below this video. Alright, but we still need a couple of other tools to really juice up this strategy. So now we'll add the intraday intensity index indicator to the chart to help time our entries better. After adding the indicator, change the length to 45. And then uncheck the INT option under Style. The histogram of the indicator can help us filter out inaccurate signals by confirming or denying the short-term trend. If the histogram bars form above the midline, that confirms an upward short-term trend, and conversely, histogram bars below the midline indicate downward short-term momentum. So for example, in this case, a buy signal has come true and the corresponding histogram also confirms the uptrend. So we could enter a long trade. And in this example, the histogram matching the sell signal confirms the downtrend. So you could enter a short trade. Alright, now it's time to use the EMA indicator to figure out the long-term trend. After adding the indicator and to analyze the long-term trend, in the settings, change the length to 100, then the offset to 7, and make sure the method is SMA and change the length to 7. Then set the time frame of the indicator to 15 minutes. The style section settings are up to you. So to analyze the overall market trend, if the candlesticks are above the moving average, the trend will be up, and if they're below it, the overall trend will be down. Alright, now we're looking to enter a buy trade. First thing we need is a buy signal from the SSL Hybrid Advanced Indicator. Once we got that buy signal, the next thing we're watching for is candles form above the indicator line and that line turning green, showing upward short-term momentum. Along with the short-term momentum, the candlesticks also want to be formed above the EMA indicator, meaning there's an overall upward long-term trend. And last but not least, we want the histogram bars from the intraday intensity index indicator to be above the midline, confirming that uptrend. Once all these conditions are met according to the rules we laid out, that's when we can feel confident hitting the buy button. Now for our stop loss, we'll place that below the super trend line to limit our potential losses if the trend reverses. And one of the best ways to exit this trade and this strategy is using a trailing stop with the super trend line. So as soon as price touches the super trend line, we exit the trade and secure our profits. Alright, now we're looking to make short trade. What we need first is a sell signal from the SSL Hybrid Advanced Indicator. Once we've got that sell signal, next we're watching for the candles form below the indicator line while the line turns red, showing downside short-term momentum. Along with the short-term downward momentum, the candlesticks also need to be below the EMA indicator, meaning there's an overall downward long-term trend. And lastly, we want the histogram bars from the intraday intensity index indicator to be under the midline, confirming the downtrend. So once all those conditions line up based on the guidelines we laid out, that's when we can confidently click the sell button to enter this hopefully profitable trade. Now for our stop loss, we'll place it above the super trend line to minimize how much we could lose if the trend reverses. And just like the long trade, one of the best ways to exit this trade and this method uses a trailing stop with the super trend line. So as soon as the price touches the super trend line, we exit the trade and secure our gain. But if you're looking for an easy way to make a living from trading, then under no circumstances should miss this next video.